So I'm in West Memphis, Arkansas, which is a top 5 most dangerous city in Arkansas. The city has a population around 23,000, and it's been declining since the 1990s. It's 62% black and 33% white, and the average age is 33, which is really on the young side. 20% of the adults are seniors, so the rest of them must be really young to get the average age that low. And this is another city that's got predominantly female population. It's 55% female and 45% male. So you have far more females than you do males. A lot of these buildings are all boarded up this whole area, both sides of this street. Both sides of the street is all boarded up. The average earnings here is $32,000, which is actually probably high for a city with the crime they have here. 25% poverty rate, so 1 in every 4 people live below the poverty line. 29% marriage rate is super low. And 54% of the people were born here, which means somehow a lot of people that live here moved here by choice. Their murder rates for the last 10 years have ranged in the 15 to 69 range, and that's per 100,000 people. Last year, the murder rate was 30.4. And I always use Chicago as a comparison. Chicago's murder rate last year was 22. So the murder rate in West Memphis is much higher than even Chicago's. The assault rate is where things get crazy here. Their assault rate is over 2,000 per 100,000. The assault rate in Chicago, more buildings that are just closed up. The assault rate in Chicago is about 550. The assault rate in Baltimore is like 900. The assault rate in Detroit, 1,600. The assault rate in Memphis, 1,900. And it's over 2,000 here. So all those cities I named off, none of them anybody would say is safe. And this city's actually worse than that. The violent crime here is 613% higher than the national average. And your odds of becoming a victim of a crime here are 1 in 14. The crime here, the year-over-year increase, or year-over-year crime here is increasing by 11%, which means with the declining population and the rising crime like that, this place is going to be almost unlivable in 5 years or so if they don't do something to change some of this. But it's cheap. The cost of living here is 18% lower than the national average, and housing is 45% lower, which maybe is why they have so many people that weren't born here that are living here, is you can come here and maybe you can buy a house here really cheap, and that's what's getting people to move here. And they're moving maybe from Memphis over here just because it's a little cheaper or something. The schools, which are a sign of where a city is heading and what direction they're heading, and if there's a chance that, you know, maybe things are going to get better here, or if they're just going to keep getting worse. The schools, the kids graduate, about 27% of the kids graduate proficient at reading and math. I'm going to go up one of these roads so we can maybe get a look at some houses or something. 27% graduate proficient at reading and math. So just over 1 in 4. Yeah, there should be some houses back here. And the Arkansas average is 45%. And the US average is only 48%. So Arkansas is pretty much on par with the United States. And West Memphis is half that, basically. Pretty close to half that. We'll look at some of these houses. That one looks, that one's, oh, they've got signs to, they're trying to sell that one. Signs to elect somebody. Well, these houses don't look too bad back in here. That one's actually kind of nice, or was probably super nice at one time. Only 75% of the people that live here have graduated high school. And only 77% of the people that live here graduated the 8th grade. So when you have only 78% of the people that live here graduating high school, and you know, 20-some% of them can read and do math at a 12th grade level, a city can't thrive in that. It's not going to get any better. And if people aren't moving in and their population is declining, it's not going to get any better. The 20% that graduate that can read and write are probably the ones that are moving out. Let's see what this road looks like. So far the houses don't look that bad. When we were on that strip of all the buildings, or all the, like the downtownish area, a lot of the places were closed up. But I just must be in a very nice part of town, because none of these houses at all look bad. Not even a little bit. Although we went all the way through town, and maybe I should have pulled up some of the streets that were right in town there. Is this a dead end? That's a dead end. This is a dead end. Do not try this at home, reversing all the way up the street instead of turning around. All right, we're gonna look at just a few more blocks, and then it doesn't look like the houses are that bad here. These brick ones look over, well, maybe not. Spoke too soon on that. All these buildings look exactly the same. And a lot of this is a little bit on the rundown side, but still doesn't look that bad. Well, look at the roof on that one though. And people are probably still living in that. I bet people still live in that one. Blinds are a little messed up inside. This one, look at the roof on that one too. Actually, the roof on all of these here. All the way, even way down over there. Let's go down this road. All of these, the roofs are horrible. I mean, the brick houses, it's hard to tell what they look like because brick doesn't really go bad. It's not like a wood house that you have paint on it and the paint's all chipped up and the wood's all rotted. The brick looks good pretty much for the life of it. But look at the roofs on all of these houses. Oh my gosh, this whole block, all the roofs. Look at all the roofs on them. Yeah, we pulled into, this is we went into the good area, and now we're a couple blocks from that and we're in the bad area now. Yeah, the roof on that one, I mean, if they get any rain, that's down to wood. That's the wood, and it looks like it's almost little just, oh no, those are tan shingles they used to replace it. They fixed that. Actually, that's not wood. That looked like it was all the way down to the wood. But this is West Memphis, Arkansas. It's one of the top 5 worst in the state. But to look at it, it doesn't look... I mean, the downtown had a lot of like closed up buildings, or businesses. But to look at it, it doesn't look nearly as bad as a lot of cities, but its crime is worse than most of them. Because when both your assault rate and your murder rate are high, it's not a city you want to be walking around outside at night in. All right, we're gonna go down just the rest of this block here and see if anything else pops up. Now we're right just even a couple blocks away. Now the rest of this is really nice again. It's just weird how that is in some cities, that you're literally one block, one street. If you're on one side of the street, the houses are, that house we just passed on the left, that's hundreds of thousands of dollar house. A lot of these on this road are, well, I don't know what they're worth down here, but they're expensive houses. And this is just literally like a couple blocks from where we just were, that the roofs had all been repaired and the shingles were off a half of them. Anyway, that's West Memphis. Thanks for watching.